Okay, I have 5 o'clock. Um, Hello everyone, thanks for joining me. Just a couple of notes about the Zoom session. Everyone knows that the recording is on. Typically I get the recording out depending on how things work. Hopefully the recording will stick. But I usually send that out to the email list a few days after the session for people to go back and review. Microphones are muted by default when people enter the meeting, and that's for people who come in late. They won't accidentally disturb us the meeting. But obviously, if I am playing, I can't look at the screen at the same time as looking at my instrument. So if something happens, if you have a question, if you need help, or you think something is wrong, just unmute yourself and call out your question. Does that make sense to everybody? And the other thing that I wanted to go over a little bit tonight was so often what I will do, what I try to remember to do, I should say, is put me in a spotlight for everyone, so then I get really big, yay. And then I also change my camera to the camera view for the view of my dulcimer as I'm playing. And I also will at the same time, so a number of people join with iPads, and the only way they get to see the music is if I share the music on the screen. So I will then share. I'm gonna do that now so that people can see what I'm talking about. It's thinking about sharing. Come on, little iPad, you can do it. Technology, start broadcast. Okay, now I'm sharing a screen. So what most of you view when I do this, what most of you can see is, let me get the music actually on the screen. Can we do it? There we go. Is you see a big thing with the music on it, right? However, you can control what view you have. If you're joining, usually if you're joining with a computer, or if you look at your Zoom window and don't have it maximized, sometimes you have to just take your mouse and push it way to the top of the screen. There's an option for tabs up there, and there's meeting, and then there's Lena Jackson's screen. So the screen is going to show you the music. The meeting should show you the view of my dulcimer. And so that's one way that you can control this. The other thing to note is that there is also usually, and that's, those tabs are in the sort of the top left side of the window. And there's also in the top right side, usually there's a view menu, and you can choose to see different views that way. So if you wanted a gallery view versus a speaker view versus a spotlight, you can change your view. So just bear that in mind, that you do have some control of what you're seeing on your screen. Does anyone have any questions about that? I can share a little short video that shows this if people want to see it on the video. Unmute and let me know one way or the other, or we can just start playing the music. Okay, so hearing no questions, I'm going to move on to playing the music. Okay? Just because that's pretty much what we're here for. Does anyone have a favorite of the music that we're planning on playing tonight that you definitely want me to get to? Because we are not going to get to all of the music on the list. Anyone has a favorite piece they would definitely want to get to, and I'll make sure to get there. No? Okay, so let's start off. We'll start off, whoops. Let's start off with, I just want to make sure I'm seeing everything correctly. Woohoo! Are folks seeing the music on the screen? Because right now I have a weird view. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, great. And just for my sake, is it helpful to see the music on the screen? Because some people are like, I got to print it out. Why have it on the screen? Yes, it is helpful to have it on the screen. I have one head shake. Great, that's all I need to know. All right, so Jolly Old St. Nicholas. We're going to play it slowly. And let's play it through. I'm going to play it through 3 times. And I'm going to count us in. This is in 2/4 timing, which is a little different than most timing. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 3 times, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 to give us the beat. And then we'll come in on the 4th time. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Third line. Fourth line. Going back to the beginning. Yay! How was that for people? Thumbs up if it was okay. Alright, yay! Alright, so just a couple of things. You know, obviously there's these long holds at the end of each line, right? So if you want a challenge, if you want to try some things, you can throw in some extra picking of the outer strings. So just for the first line, Jolly Old St. Nicholas. You can do a little picking of the 2 outer strings. You have to keep in time because then you have to move on and play their. You know, do something like that. The whole idea is you make the music your own. You play the music that's in your heart. The notes and the timing that are on the sheet is a guide to do that. But eventually you want to play what's in your heart. I heard this over the weekend on Sirius satellite radio in a very jazzy version of this song, and it was like, oh, that's interesting. Anyway, any questions about it? Shall we move on? Okay, let's move. Oh, sorry. I'm going to play it once more through without the screen share. And that's for the purpose of the recording, so that those folks who are can only look at the recording can see my fingering. Of course, I need, well, at this point, I probably don't need the music, but I'm going to put the music up on my little screen so I can see it. If you see, like, one of the things I tell people, my music is right over there. It's not straight in front of me. And part of the reason why I do that is so that I can see the music and my fingerings with just a very short little up and down of my head. So just another tip to think about. Anyway, Jolly Old St. Nicholas, we'll do it 2 times through this time, and again 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then we come in 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oops. Woohoo! That point where I said whoops, I didn't have my fingers quite where they needed to be in that fret. So you want to be as close as you can to the fret. And if you're back far away from the fret, see my fingers are far away. Maybe a better example is here. As I move farther back, it doesn't sound so great. So just, that's another thing. Okay, let's move on to Drummer Boy. Okay, my foot pedal is working because I'm going to need it on this one. Alright, I'm going to put the music up on the screen. Do. Does anyone remember the actual cartoon, The Little Drummer Boy, from the 60s, early 70s? Don't look it up if you don't remember it. It's a very sad story. Alright, here we go. So this is 2 pages. If you haven't seen it before, the music will change. I'm in the middle of the song. This is another song that has really long holds at the end of a lot of the phrases. This is 6 beats of holding in a lot of these phrases. And then for some of them, there's actually a rest afterwards. So what I will do, you will hear, hopefully, me counting softly when I get there. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. And then that just keeps us in the same time. Okay, so when I'm counting like that, that is not fret numbers, that is counting the beats so that I know when to move on. Does anyone question of that? Okay, cool. If you're my noter players, you can just play the noter. You know, this is all, the melody is all on the melody line for this song. If you just want to play chords, the beginning of each measure, that's great too. Whatever you feel like doing to follow along is great. This is in 4/4 timing. I count to 4 and then we come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I lose anybody? Everyone stick with me? Okay, cool. So one of the things that I'll just point out with this song is if you go back to these really long holds, you can do something to, you can try to do stuff to imitate drumming, right? Because this is the traditional song was called Carol of the Drums. It was used for this cartoon in the 60s called The Little Drummer Boy. So this tune has taken on the name Little Drummer Boy. But for example, here, I'll just play the first line. Right? So all I'm doing is knocking my pinky on the dulcimer. That's one thing you could do. Another thing you could do to make it more playing the dulcimer, you can just pluck the outer strings. Okay, whatever you do, you have to be able to move on with the song when it's time to move on with the song, right? But those are things, little added things that you can make the music your own. And I really encourage you to try them no matter what your level is. If you're a noter player, you can do kind of the same thing. Let me get my noter. Whoops. Can I actually play the song? I'm still holding the noter down, but I'm also knocking on my dulcimer, right? So there's things with my with my strumming hand. All right, play it one more time through with the music, and then I'll play it for the, and then try those different things. That's part of it's an opportunity while I'm playing the song slowly for you to try some of those little extra frilly things. All right, we're going to count to 4, and then we come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Okay, and one time with the share off so that the folks on the video can enjoy. Oh, yes, okay, I know, thank you for telling me. Alright, again I count to 4 and we come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Okay, and one thing to be like kind of musically, I should say, a purist. If you were playing in an orchestra or with a, a big group, not just dulcimer players, when you have a rest in the music, you should mute your strings. Okay, so just have that in the back of your head, that usually in dulcimer groups, you're not muting the strings. If you're playing by a solo or whatever, you're not muting the strings. But when there's a rest in the music and you're in an orchestra or some more formal setting, then yeah, you want to mute your strings. So this would actually sound, I'll just play the first couple of lines. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. There's a real break in the sound with the rest. So just bear that in mind. No one, if they're playing solo, usually includes those rests until you're much more advanced and are doing it purposely. Anyway, okay. Questions about Little Drummer Boy? Anyone want me to play it again? Or any part of it again? Okay, moving on. We're moving on to Angels We Have Heard on High. Just gonna share up the music. Do 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 do. All right, turn off that. Come over here. Get the music up over there. Get that little video out of the way. Yeah. Okay, I was just seeing if I could move that. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I was just trying to see if I could move that to a place where you could still see it and the music, but not. That's not going to happen. Whoa, stop that. The technologies tonight. I want to just swipe it away. There we go. Okay, so Angels We Have Heard on High. There's a lot of strumming in this. If you can see, in this version, someone added some little frilly notes. Those extra handwritten zeros in there. And they do add a lot. Angels we have. So, they're really pretty once you can get there and stay, with the music. So that's a good thing to shoot for and try and challenge yourself with. This is in 4/4 timing, and we are going to play it slowly. The place that usually gets people tripped up, whoops, come on. Let's do this again. The place that usually gets people tripped up is this third section. Yes, we can. Right, thank you. There we go. This section. And, honestly, the best advice is this: you just got to memorize to hit these chords in stride, as they say. And it's just practice, practice, practice. There's no magic to it. I wish there was. I really do wish there was some magic pill we could take, but there isn't. So I'm going to play it slowly. Again, this song is mostly, for the noter players, this is mostly on the melody string. There's the one measure on the last measure on the third line where the melody goes up to the middle string, and there, honestly, just keep strumming across with the one on the noter and the noter at fret 1, and you'll be fine. Okay. Angels we have heard on high. 4/4 timing, count to 4, and then we're going to come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, where am I? Sorry. Hey, sorry, I moved at the end because my dulcimer sounds like it's gone out of tune. I'm just checking it now. And I remember I didn't tune it at the beginning, which I like to do. Okay, that's better. That A is a little sharp. Okay, sorry about that. That's why I try to tune it every single time, because then I'll hear when I don't tune it, I start hearing funny noises. Okay, let's play this again and see how it goes. Want me to play it? Anyone want me to play it slower? Thumbs up if you want me to play it slower. Okay, that's a head shake. Faster. Thumbs up for a little faster. No thumbs up. Okay, so I'll try to play it at the same speed. I can never play the same song the same way twice in a row, so bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! Alright, once for the video. Anyone have questions about it? okay to unmute and shout out. Alright, I'm going to count to 4 and then we come in again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, sorry. What am I doing? Where am I? Hey, so just a couple of another just suggestions for you to try whenever you want to. Obviously, if you're playing with other people or trying to keep up with me or trying to keep up with, you know, a group of other players, then you want to get the beat. You want to be playing on the beat. That note durations mean a lot in those situations. But if you're a solo player doing a solo performance, it's much more important to put your heart and soul into the music so that your audience hear you, you know, through your music. So, you know, you would play this very differently in that situation. Whoops. Alright, so I blew it at the end. But did you get the sense that it was played differently? Give me a thumbs up or a head nod or something. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's when people talk about playing things musically. Okay, that's typically what they're talking about, is that it's you don't just play the notes exactly the way they're written on the page. You're adding something of yourself. You're adding something of your emotions. And literally the best way to do that is to actually think about the song and what the song means, and maybe what the song means to you while you are playing it. Okay, so that's just... bear that in mind, is the easiest way to get there. Sing the words either out loud to yourself when you're practicing them, or in your head if you don't feel you sing well. I sing like a cow, so I typically just try to sing them in my head. So yeah, sing the words as well, and that's another way of getting your expression out while you're playing. Okay. I just want to check the time. Okay, we are doing pretty well. Again, I'm open for suggestions on where we want to go next. I'm going to go to Away in a Manger, if there isn't anyone else that has a suggestion, because that is also going to show you. Okay, yay. Okay, cool. And go to the music, if you please. Swipe. Okay. So, this song, the way this song is arranged by Ruth Randall, who's a wonderful Mt Dulcimer arranger, who's unfortunately, sadly passed away so many years ago. Ruth arranged this so a lot of the melody is up on the middle string of the music. Okay, so if you're a noter player, you're going to have to find these notes farther up on your fretboard. And I've given you the first line. How did the song go? Whoops, nope. Well, okay, look at it, Lena. You wrote it out. Yay. Right, so a challenge, because everyone needs a challenge, whether you're a note player or not, is to figure out where those notes are for the rest of the song. And also, if you're soloing this song, you might want to play it up high on the register for one time through or two times through. It's just what you decide you want to do. Okay, and in the other reign of deciding what you want to do is you can play this with a pick. And it sounds perfectly fine. You have to practice a lot of only picking certain strings, okay? Because it's not going to sound so great if you just strum across the strings. Right? So that's a great opportunity if you've not practiced that a lot, to give yourself some practice with that. The other thing you can do is finger pick this. And I typically like to finger prick, that's an interesting juxtaposition. I like to finger pick arrangements where the melody is up on the middle string, because I just have more control over which fingers I use. And some people use their thumb and their index and middle finger to do the finger picking, and then a nice brush for the chords. I use my index, middle, and ring finger on my strumming hand, and then pluck all three strings for the chords. So I'm going to play it that way just because I like the way it sounds. This is in 3/4 time. Big deep breath and a smile. And I will count. There is a pickup note, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then we come in. And 3/4 time is waltz time, so try to get your body moving in this waltz time, and that will help you get the notes out and the music out in this beautiful dancey, waltzy kind of way. All right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. How's that for people? Good? Yay? Okay, thumbs up. That's good. Anyone have questions about this fingering, thoughts? There are many versions of this song. This is just one of many. It's so pretty though. Okay, I'm going to play it once more for those who like to see my fingers do the magic. Somebody once said I had spider-like fingers. I go, oh, okay. Alright. So I start with my ring on 4 and my middle finger on 5 on the middle string, and that's so my index finger is free to get to that 6. I always like to tell people, think about where you're going in terms of figuring out what your fingering needs to be on your fretting hand. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, right? I accidentally hit my melody string with my fretting hand when I didn't want to, and I got that buzzy noise in there. Precision is important, and you have to practice it. Okay. Any questions? Anyone want to see this one again? Okay. I am gonna put the share on and the music. Music. Come on, we can do it. Technologies. Start. So let's see what comes up. The next song, oh Holy Night. Yes. So last time I didn't actually play this song through. I just mentioned this is not a beginner version of this song at all. And I just mentioned a way of approaching it. And so one of the things I wanted to just show you again a little bit more about approaching this is, first of all, to recognize when you look at the music, there are these separate phrases. One, oh, come on, give me a, thank you. There's a phrase that ends here, a phrase that ends there, and then a phrase that ends there, because the next section is the chorus. Okay? And the chorus gets high. This goes way up on your fretboard. So one of the things that you want to make sure of is that you can reach those frets comfortably. For me, in order to do that, I have to shove my dulcimer almost off my lap in order to reach those frets comfortably. And that's why I like to use a strap. But so that's one of the first things to notice about this song, is that it has these distinct phrases. And the reason why that's helpful is that you can practice those phrases and just those phrases to get you into and a feeling of the song. This is also a great song to sing while you're practicing. Sing to yourself or sing out loud, because it's just again really helpful to get it. The other thing to notice about the song is it's in 6/8 timing. Okay, 6/8 timing is common in dulcimer music. It's It's, pretty much the third most common time signature you'll see in Dulcimer music. So it's a good one to practice, particularly on songs like this, where you know the words, you know how this goes, you've heard it 1,000 times. Because when it gets to jigs and reels, Irish, Scottish jigs and reels, those aren't songs that most Americans are familiar with. And so it's helpful to have a good foundation in 6/8 time because of that. All right, so I'm going to erase all these marks. I am going to play as much of this as I can. Feel free to play along if you want. The melody is not always on the melody string, but you can find it in different ways.
I had a question. Am I on?
Yes.
Okay, third line, third measure. What would be good fingering for 4, 5, 6.5?
Good question. So we're starting off. Let me put my camera view on. Stop share. Okay. Whenever you're thinking about fingering of a particular chord, you want to think about where you start from and where you have to end up. Okay? So I'm going to just start from the 0, 5, 4. And again, I need a finger free to get that 6.5. So just like in Away in a Manger, I'm leaving my index finger free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I did there, I went from 0, 4, 5, right, with my middle finger on the middle string, ring, right? Got the 6.5 with my index finger, lifted that up. My middle finger is still on the 5, so I was able to, right? And then I just swung my thumb into play, right?
6.5.
To play the 6.5 on the melody and move my other fingers to match, and then grabbed my ring finger again. I'm not moving these, they're staying put. I'm just lifting my thumb and dropping my ring down.
Lifting your thumb, dropping it ring.
And then I can slide everything up to get the 6, 6, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. Phew, made it through. All right, one more time.
All right, let me take myself off. Right.
All right, so I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to count every measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is not the fret numbers. That's counting the beats in the measure so that I, Lynna Jackson, plays the notes in the duration they deserve. Because if I don't count, I'm just going to make up something. Okay, I'm going to count. There is no pickup measure. The first measure is full 6 count. So I'm going to just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we come in. 1. And honestly, I don't know how far we're going to get through the song. The second part of the song is a lot harder than the beginning. So just bear that in mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I forgot. The music isn't up. Ah! You guys have to remind me of these things. Sorry. Yeah, I can do it again and maybe do it correctly this time. Okay. Alright, we are now sharing. And there's the music. Okay. So again, from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I also mentioned this. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting myself. So there's a lot of tied notes in this arrangement. And I'm actually sort of playing, you wouldn't normally, so the second measure is 2, 3, 4, and that's held for a 5 count, and it's a tied note. And you wouldn't normally play, so normally you'd play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? But because in some sections in the second page, the tied note changes the chord and the fingering, I'm actually going to play all of the tied notes. So you're going to hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you're going to hear me play that tied, and that's not normally what people do. But it's helpful in this song, at least learning it, to play those ties, because it just keeps you in the count correctly, especially when you get to the second page. Okay. Again, I'm not going to interrupt myself. Let's play it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've totally lost. Now I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, I made it all the way through. Sorry. So obviously, if you're a performer or whatever, you're not going to play it like that. That's just a way of learning the tune and getting it in your fingers. You're going to play it much more like this. Oh, holy night, the stars are bright and shine. Whoops. Right? And there's this sort of staccato kind of fun way of playing it. Alright, I'm not going to try to play that again for the recording. Anyone who wants to see fingering for that, let me know, and I'm happy to do a separate recording with the fingering for that. So moving on, it is, so I want to definitely, we had a special request to make sure we play In the Bleak Midwinter. So I'm going to do that now, if that's okay. Changing up the order. Sorry. This song also has those long rests at the end of every measure. So make them your own. Make those whole notes your own somehow. Okay. Unfortunately, the arranger did not put their name on this version, and that's unfortunate because it's a really pretty version. Does anyone have any questions on this before we start? There is no pickup, and it's in 4/4 timing, so I count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we come in. 1, 2, 3, 4. was that for folks? Good? Yay. So
Hey,
so.
I lost my connection. I have Comcast, and it's not. So I got back on the phone now, so I'm
Oh good.
okay.
Oh good. All right. Um yeah, sometimes if the sound is off from the playing, it's a good might be a good idea to call in. All right. Um so obviously when I was playing that, I was sort of adding stuff in. You know, I chose to strum this. And, you know, maybe I chose to strum that because that's kind of the way I first heard this song on a different instrument. It was a guitar, and they were strumming and singing the song. Very pretty. You could have just as easily do the finger picking of this. Whoops. Ugh. Something like that, right? Those choices is what you want to make as the musician, and how you hear the song and how you feel it. Okay, one time with the share off so folks can see my fingers. Swipe, sweep. Okay. Well, I suppose in this song there's a way. Where can that be? Oh, stop, go away. Ugh. See? Mm-mm-mm. Let's do it that way. I guess you can barely, in this version, see the tab over my playing. So I'm going to leave it like that. Just because. Okay, sorry. I can see the tab over the video. You guys can just see my hands. Sorry. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another thing I just encourage you, this song is doesn't have a lot of different measures in it. It's a really it's a really Patty, are you you're with me now? I think you were the one who requested the in this song. Did you hear it? Were you able to play it?
Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, I thought it was 5 o'clock Central Time.
Oh, I'm sorry. My things weren't that clear.
So I came in. I thought I'm here on time. No, I'm an hour late.
It's okay. It's okay.
But made it in time to hear you play this song. Thank you.
Okay, great. So I'm just gonna throw the video the music up again just to point out. I just dropped my pick on the floor. Whee! Okay. All right. So this song, if you analyze it a little bit, this line is very similar to this line and this line. There are small changes in certain measures, but the point what I'm trying to make is there's not a lot of music here to memorize. Okay? And when you have a song like this that it's repetitive, it's a good practice to attempt to memorize it. And the reason why memorizing is a good idea is it gets the printed page or the iPad screen, whatever you're using, out of the way of getting the music to come from your heart through the instrument. Does that make sense to folks? So I know everybody's like, oh, I can't stand memorizing stuff, but it's a really nice, it's a really good way to feel more music, to feel like you're playing the music more musically. So that's an important thing to point out. And as I say, there aren't that many measures here that you have to memorize. And you memorize it just the way you memorize anything else. You just play it repetitively, one measure at a time, to get it in your head and in your fingers. Oh, okay. 2, 3, 4, 2. Nice. Then where I'm going. So I can actually play that whole phrase now from memory. So that's how you do it. Is like a measure at a time. And that's incredibly good for your brain as well. All right, so we skipped a few songs. Let's go back. I'm happy to take requests. We have only about 20 minutes left, so we're getting down there to the wire. There was 3 songs, a few songs on here that weren't specifically related to Christmas. This is one of them. This is a tune called Sweet Peace. Happy to skip it or play it, whatever people want. Okay, not hearing any objections. Let's
hear it.
Sure, we can certainly play it. This is in 4/4 timing. There is a pickup measure, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we come in. And just, yeah. All right, 1, where am I? Hey, this is Sweet Peace. 1, 2, 3, 1. Excuse me. I said we're gonna come in after 1, 2, 3, Linda. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's Sweet Peace. I'm going to play it one more time with my fingerings so that people can see that. Okay. So, I start with my fingers down on the 1/1s that actually start the second measure. And then I just pick that first pickup measure. But then I'm in position to play that measure instead of trying to get there. Right? So that's just one little thing. Alright, I'm going to count to 3 again, and we'll play it again. 1, 2, 3. Just a couple of notes of smoothing things out. If you didn't notice, on the last line, the G chord 3-3-5, I had kind of the normal fingering that everybody uses for 3-3-5, and then I dropped my thumb down for 2, right? And then I leave my fingers on the 3s and just drop my pinky on the 2, and then slide everything down for 1. And the reason why I'm doing that, right, is because these 3s are still ringing, and they should be still ringing while you play that 2. The chord doesn't actually change until the A, the 1-0-1. All right, so that's sort of another example of fingering choices, is how can I finger by moving the fewest fingers and leaving fingers down that should stay down. And now I'm stuck with the 1 down here with my index and my pinky, which is kind of awkward and feels like a little awkward, but I'm not there for too long. Questions about that? It just those choices of fingerings just help things smooth out so that it sounds. You have only 3 strings, so you want to try to avoid choppiness as much as possible. Hey, speaking of choppiness, woohoo! The next tune is "Let There Be Peace on Earth," unless anyone has a choice of a different tune, because this could take us the rest of the session. I kind of went through this a lot last time, so maybe I'm going to just sort of briefly show you a few things, and then we can move on and end the night with maybe Silent Night, because that's one of my favorite songs. This version arrangement was by Joe Collins. If you don't have this, please email me and I will send you a copy of it. When I asked permission to share Joe's version of this, he was absolutely more than willing for me to share it, but then I also had to ask permission of the copyright holders, and they had the stipulation that I couldn't put it in a file share or internet share. And so I'm respecting that. They did say I can email it to anyone I want to. So please, if you don't have this version, I think Jennifer, you may be in that category. So I will email those of you who need this a copy of this, just to respect the copyright holders. This is in 3/4 timing. So this is another tune where it really helps when you're practicing it to count. If you didn't, many people know how this song goes, but if you didn't know, it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? So this is another version. This is another song like "Oh Holy Night," where it's helpful when you're first learning the song to count. It's also helpful to figure out which fingering is going to work. So for the second line, the 0-5, I have a little R next to that on the screen. I hope you can see it. That's a reminder to me to play that 5 with my ring finger so I can get up to the 6 and a halves. Wow, and I actually played that really cleanly. I've been really practicing playing that section cleanly because I'm going to take my screen share off for a second so that you can see what I'm talking about. That section starts 5 on the middle string. Oops, I gotta be playing with my ring finger, so I have these 2 fingers available. Now, see how close my 2 fingers are to this 6.5 fret? If this finger is back here, it doesn't sound great. So I have to consciously and intentionally twist my fingers a little bit to get that correctly. And I have to hold that really steadily when I drop my pinky back for the 4. And again, when I'm moving my thumb up. This is kind of an awkward thing for me, so hopefully somebody else has a better way of doing that. But I've had to work really hard at making sure these fingers don't move when I do that, when I do this twisting. Because as soon as I twist them out of position, you're going to lose that sound. Okay, so that, just bear that in mind in some of these fingerings. It's kind of up to you and how your fingers work, and then you have, sometimes even that you have to really work. I've driven my husband nuts playing these 4 measures over and over again. So just bear that in mind with this song as an example of where you can start working on precise fingerings and precise holding of fingerings while you play the rest of the phrase. Don't press as hard. You don't need to press down as hard as you can. You want to press as lightly as you can to have the fret sound cleanly, and that helps you move around and helps you hold it. The other thing is you have to develop calluses, and the only way to develop calluses is to play your instrument. Sorry. Some people have in the very beginning stages put super glue on the ends of their fingers to help. I don't recommend that. Don't say Luna recommends super glue, because I don't, because it just delays the process of creating the calluses you need. Alright, does anyone want to hear or try this song all the way through? Because we are almost at 6:20. Yes? No? Thumbs up if you want to play it all the way through. Okay. I got a couple of people. Alright, so let me get the music back up. Share. Screen. Start. Okay. Here's the music. I have to swipe it, not touch it. And that's the delicate thing about this particular operation, to get this video out of the way. Swipe. Okay. Make sure my pedal is still connected. Yes. All right. This is in 3/4 timing. There's no pickup, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then we will come in. We'll play it slowly, or less fast, or slower, as the word is, than I did before. 1, 2, 3. Here you go. I muffed it at the end because I was thinking, oh, I'm almost at the end. Yay! Alright, again, that's another song that maybe I'll record a short video for people who want to see my fingering on it. Happy to do that. Alright, let's move. We're past Thanksgiving, so I'm going to not play that one. And end with Silent Night because it's my favorite song of this group, I think. If that's okay with people. And again, I finger pick this. And maybe what I'll do is I'll show my fingering on this first, so I don't forget to do it, number one. But also so that you can see how I'm finger picking, in case you're interested in doing this too. So again, I use a lot of people use their thumb, index, and middle. I find it easier to use my index, middle, and ring. I'm going to put these 3 fingers, okay? And oftentimes what I will do is plant my thumb against the side of the fretboard, and that just anchors my hand in this position. And this is something that it's helpful to just practice. You know, just sit at your, you can mute stuff, you can fret random strings, but this is something that's really helpful to practice, is getting these, whatever fingers you choose, getting them worked up. And then essentially what you do is you just fret the way you normally do with your fretting hands, but you play just the strings that have numbers on them, right? So Silent Night. Okay, so I'm going to play through this so that people see my fingering, and then I'll put the music back on, and that whole thing about what strings I'm plucking will make more sense when you see the music. Right, here we go. This is in 3/4 timing. There's no pickup notes, so I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, and we come in. Again, it's waltz. So get your body moving to the beat, and the song will more easily come out in that waltzy, dancey kind of way. All right, 1, 2, 3. Getting late. My fingers aren't working anymore. Woohoo! Alright, so one more time with the share on, and maybe play it more sweetly, because it just deserves a little sweetness. Okay. Don't touch it. Swipe it. It's been my nemesis all night. Swipe. Okay. Intention. We intend to play this beautiful song sweetly. All right. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Ah. Woo! Alright, think my brain and my fingers have had enough. Come on, give me this thing over here. And I don't want this on full screen. Woo! Whoa, okay. That's too small. Remove. There we go. And put on my gallery view so I can see everyone's smiley faces. We are at 6:29. Woohoo! How was that for folks? Good? Yeah? Thanks. Don't need applause.
What will be January topic?
Yeah, so I think starting in January, I'm going to do a little bit more of how... Oh, I should change my camera around. It's just so that you can actually see me talking. There we go. I think I'm open for suggestions. Definitely happy to answer people's questions and work on topics that interest you. Right now, I'm thinking about starting sort of a series, January through June, of talking more about articulation. You know, like how yes, it's important to know the notes and the duration of the notes and the timing and stuff, but how do you add frills? You know, like there's a little tremolo, right, that you can add. You hear that little vibration in there? Not hard to do at all. I'm just moving my finger up and down. On a guitar, you know, sometimes you move it sideways, but on different instruments you move it in different ways. But on the dulcimer, it seems to work best if you fret it first, pluck the string or strike the string, and then while it's ringing, move your finger up and down. And it just adds a little tremolo. So just sort of those articulations and kind of a conversation about when do you know how to add those things in? And the answer really is it's up to you and how you want to play each song. But in almost every genre and almost every instrument, people have to learn not just the notes, the basic melody of songs, but also it's important to learn how you add these embellishments to make the songs your own. So hello, I think a person just joined for the first time. Hi. Yeah. So maybe my email wasn't clear enough. This is Eastern time. We go 5 to 6:30 Eastern time. I will make myself be clear about that in the future.
It was clear. I just had another class that I was finishing up.
Okay, great. So yeah, starting in January, I will start a new selection of tunes. I'm open to both the tunes you want to learn and the techniques that anyone is interested in learning. Please email me those, and I'm happy to do that. Again, this is, you know, it's kind of a slow jam, meaning it's mostly what it is for people to play the songs slowly. And if you're a more experienced player, my playing the song slowly allows you to practice those additional frills that you want to do. But it's also an opportunity to say, hey, you know, think about these. This is an opportunity. This is a way to think about where you can go if you're a beginner, what you can do. Even, you know, doesn't matter whether you play noter style or any style or chord style. These are things that I try to point out that you can add to embellish the songs to make them your own, because that's ultimately what will bring you the most joy. You know, in my experience, I started out just learning bunches of songs, and I had so much fun playing all these songs, you know, but then I wanted to make them my own and play them in my own style. The group I used to play with used to say, oh, you're playing that, you're strumming that in calypso style. Are we supposed to do that? I'm like, no, I didn't know I was doing it in calypso style. But at the time, I had no idea what I was doing. But it just sounded fun to me, and so that's why I encourage everyone to find what is fun because that will keep you playing the instrument. It keeps it from being boring and it feel like a chore. It's more of a joyful thing when you sit down to it. All right, I have talked a lot. I can feel it in my voice. Does anyone have other questions? No? Okay. Well, I'm here the first Tuesday of every month from 5 to 6:30 Eastern Time, and I will and I will send out reminders when we get close to the times to just give you, give you stuff. And everyone has my email address, right? You should have my email address. So if you think of a tune you want to learn, or you have tab for a tune that you want to learn, please send it my way, because I have like 3 songs on the list, and clearly we need more like 10 or 15 to make it a good session. So please send me your suggestions. And in the meantime, I hope everyone has a happy and healthy holiday season.
Bye.
And you too. Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.